I'm working on the Norton Street pieces, and right now I'm working on the script, and I'm taking the script over to MP3 through my voice translator, and I've got the different characters doing things, and I've changed some of the words around, so this character says it or that character says it and so forth, where it wasn't correct. And I've got all that working. And it's been about 4 hours of it working on this particular script. And it's from an earlier script, which I worked on for a dozen hours or so. And that is from something even further, Shakti, The Spiritual Science of DNA, which is a book that I wrote, God, almost 40 years ago. It was published and long forgotten. 1,000 copies went out and it's gone now. And that had all of these great little quotations, Bardo quotations in the thing, but all out of sequence deliberately. Thing is, I'm working on this stuff. It's very hard to work on as a script writer, and I have to listen to it, decide whether you can understand what's being said or not. And sometimes, with the even with the pronunciation specialties that I have here, I have skills that I can create different pronunciations and so forth. Even so, it's often difficult, even if somebody's enunciating clearly on stage, to catch every single word that an actor or actress says. That's a fact, Jack. You might have to sometimes go through a movie several times, or go to a play several times to hear every single word that's being said by every single actor and actress on the stage. Okay, you won't catch everything the first time. So you're going to listen to Norton Street several times. I want you to. I want you to. Because the more you hear it, the more it's going to grind into you. Which means you'll actually trigger into it. Now, as I'm working on this stuff, you have to realize that I have to be able to handle these spaces very, very well, because if I don't, I won't be able to actually put this stuff out there, first of all. Secondly, I would be obscuring things from myself that I didn't want to confront. You can check this out. You can see that every single item that's supposed to be in this sequence is there. So that means I'm taking the full brunt of that space as I write it and as I produce it and as I listen to it and so forth. I'm triggering into this stuff constantly. See? So it's very good, very therapeutic, I would think, if you would take this kind of material, take this material, and do something with it. For instance, take my piece as you see it. Don't change anything about it. Now recreate the set as a stage set, and put some kids on stage and have them do this, act this out, act this piece out. Kids, I mean like 20s, and act this stuff out for you. And this could be a play where you have not only just proof of concept, but also direction. In other words, you take my video and use it as you would use a director, to say it's both stage director and an acting director, a theatrical director, to give you an idea of how to present this as a theatrical production. So it's not just limited, you see, to a video or to a machinima. It can be made into a full-length feature film, or it can be made into an episodic television series or anything like that. But as you hit into this stuff more and more, it's going to be more and more gut-wrenching. You know, I think that that's exactly what any commercial advertiser would want. It's something that grips somebody by the gut and keeps them coming back for more. So that's what I suggest. That's what I see here. But it's just, the fact is, I just want to let you know that as I work on this stuff, I'm getting the same gut-wrenching stuff that you're getting watching it, listening to it. But I get it maybe 200 times a day, because on this one, I've probably gone through this 200 times. And I'll hit this, and I'll show you the name.
Hey, this is great. Usually I'm freaking out at this point, but for some reason I seem to be doing okay at the moment.
I have to then edit not only the words, but also the inflections, the timing, the pauses, and so forth, which I can do. I've got the skills to do that on this particular voice editor. So I first write the script out. That's just the words. Then I listen to how they sound to me, and can I understand them? If I can't, gee, can I rephrase it or restate it in such a way that it will still work both ways, to be understood and also to be the correct trigger. I want that cosmic trigger in there. If I don't get the cosmic trigger, I don't want the statement in there. Or I leave the statement in there as it is and just let you work out what it means. Sometimes I have to do that because the cosmic trigger is precise. Now, in different languages, the triggers are going to change, and I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm able to do that in German, in Italian, French, and Spanish. Any of the Romance languages I'm fine with. Any of the Germanic languages I'm fine with. However, when we get to things like Parsi and Punjabi and Japanese and Chinese and so on, I'm out of my league here. So what I need there are people who can translate, but who understand what the triggers are and who understand the gut-wrenching qualities that are needed for each of these verbal and visual triggers. Okay, that's it. See you at the Blue Line Academy. That's bluelineacademy.com. Be there or be square. No, be there and be square.